Hey, man.
Hey, so it's been some time since we've done this, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've been looking for sponsors in the meantime,
That's right.
and I've gotten a lot of responses, and I have encountered a little bit of a problem.
Oh, no.
We're getting interest to get sponsors.
Oh?
Yeah, but it's not from the people you'd think it would be from. Okay, so case in point. Reached out for one this week. I get a response. This guy says, hey, Marco, Carwin, love the stuff. Love the potential of sponsoring your material to get more awareness for what I'm doing. You guys come from the industry. You know, I'm trying to help out actors. Except, dude, this guy's company is called Richard's Pictures. But it's just headshots. So
What's wrong with that?
Well, the LLC filing is Richard Pictures, but...
Wait, is the company's name...
It's Dick's Picks. DIXPIX. So it's not like I can just write, like, we can't just write an ad that's just like, come get Dick's Picks, or, you know, send your headshots.
Or Dick's Picks.
We're for the little guy.
Yeah.
We can't do that. But if we want to keep the freedom of speech thing, we got to, like, you know, we got to say.
We got to think with both our heads.
Yes.
And both of our heads.
Yes.
For Dick's Picks.
For Dick's Picks. So anyone listening, go to dixpicks.com. That's DIXPIX.com. And let's get to the show. We got a sponsor. Yay.
Let's do it.
You're all the same schmuck. This is mass madness, you maniacs. In God's name, you people are the real thing. We are the illusion. Don't shut him up. You need that madman to stand up, tell you when you're blowing it. And the harder you come down on the media, the more you need him. Please, don't take away my word.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
Yes, I am. Oh my goodness, Carwin! What is that? You hear that? That's the funky groove of the WAFLcast returning, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, it's kind of.
I'm kind of feeling it.
It's kind of like the funkiness that the podcast sphere has been missing.
Well, if this is your first time listening,
you know what this is, or maybe you don't, or maybe it's your last time tuning in. I'm Marco Flores Jr.
And I'm Carwin Walker,
and this is the WAFLcast, where we say crazy shit, and it's our opinion, and you can't hate anybody for it because we found a sponsor.
Also, the official answer, we're also that midweek podcast that gives you the crisp, golden brown colored opinions under a sweet comedic layer of news, politics, and overlooked entertainment.
That's right. That's right. We're both minorities, so you can't race bait us. Nice try, suckers. What you listen to is the funky swang of the Jamiroquai Wang. Nothing left for me to do but dance. I'm like caught up in the song. So, Carwin.
Yes.
It's been some time since we've done this last. Things have happened. We left off on a cliffhanger of some lady fucked up my car, and things were amiss, but it feels like things have evened out.
Yes.
How have you been since we've done this last?
I've had my share of ups. I've had my share of downs. My laughters and cries and all sorts of mixed emotions and just like
you're gonna hit me with like a fucking Mariah Carey song or something?
No. Just like
I've had my ups, my downs. It's like an upbeat '80s empowerment jam.
No, but it's just like there's just it's you've done something for so long, and especially with you and my situation of
That's what my ex-girlfriend said.
Shut up. That's what she also said.
I've been doing it so long with you, and I just can't do it anymore. I need a month.
No, but it was more of just like you kind of just started noticing things of like
the world,
yeah, and just going like, man, like I wish I could just text Marco about this so we could talk and
yeah. We might have to do a digest on this, and I felt the same way. The big culmination for everything was watching The Joker, and then realizing I'm like a day away from this man's life.
I hope not. I hope I save you from the brink of it.
I think what it was.
Let me save you, like all the other broken women on Twitter that want to save the Joker.
Like the only memorable theme song that came from the WB. That's a Superman reference, by the way. a Smallville reference to be more specific. You nerdy fuckers.
Somebody save me.
Come on, feel these nipples.
Come on, save me.
Come on now. I'm wet. Save me. I just had this feeling of like it had been like a fucked time. Like my car got hit. Oh, and then I went to go get it fixed, and it got hit again. So thus it was totaled. Mm-hmm. So in a weird cosmic joke kind of everything's a joke kind of way. Mm-hmm. I finally got paid for some of the damage to my car, but lo and behold, it wasn't from the damage of the lady who disappeared on me.
Oh, so
it was from the damage of the lady who rear-ended me.
You can't just like walk in like Big Brody and just be like, my money now.
No, I can't be like
James Gang.
Yeah, James Gang. And it was just
like, I got a ball head.
But I
like
think
that.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Just like find this woman, just like hang out at the school early in the morning when she's dropping her kids off,
and then like lift her up by the throat and like.
Oh no, I was just saying, just hop in the car like in the passenger seat, and she.
Oh no, I don't want that. I'm fine. She had like 18 kids in there, man. I'm cool. But I think I realized it was weird not having the ability with everything being so busy at the time, and we were prepping some stuff too, like not being able to vent. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like it was a lot to release.
And I think that's what the Joker where it really hit me was like, man, like the inability to just be you and like want to entertain in a way that you want to entertain was very striking, really resonating. And I love all the violence that happened in these theaters that the media predicted. It didn't happen.
No, it didn't. No, but there was somebody like laughing, and then they spat like on the audience.
Yeah, and they found out that guy was drunk. So here's another thing: stop serving beer at movie theaters, you fucking idiots.
Hey, man, no, don't listen to this guy.
There's kids like you want the drunk dad. They're watching the what is that Yeti movie? The fucking Zach Galifianakis was in it. There's like 2 of them this year that both competed for being terrible.
One of them was last year, and the other one was this year.
Oh, that's right. It's one long blur for me. I've been drunk this whole time.
No, I mean, to be fair, it's just I know what you mean, but it's like I like to go to the ones where it's like the 21 and plus screening. You're hanging out with adults that are all gathered in the same boxed room to watch a movie. And that
sounds like an internment camp.
No, but it's
this boxed room.
Well, it's 4 walls. What more you want me to say?
4 walls, hard floor, no lighting.
But there's recliner seats.
I know, and
they
said there was the shower, and then next thing you know, everyone's dead in it.
Well, it's the next time I decide to discuss a concentration camp as a theater, then you'll know where to find
terror. I always got confused when they said like the theater of war. I'm like, war's not entertaining.
Yeah.
Only in hindsight, baby.
I mean, with me, it was very much like I couldn't even get up and go anywhere because I had a tear in my left ligament in my ankle.
Yeah.
I tore it pretty bad. I was just running errands. I was literally just like, I was, full-time guy boyfriend and running around errands and stuff. And I was leaving
Why do you describe yourself in such a weird way? Full-time guy and boyfriend. Like guy comes before boyfriend. Like boyfriend isn't synonymous with
I'm a
guy.
busy man. I'm a busy guy.
I guess busy guy, boyfriend.
Black millennial living out these days. No.
Yeah.
And I was just like grabbing like all my laundry and I was just like pushing it. Like leaving the laundromat.
Yeah.
And the laundromat, like on the walkway path, it curves.
The busy guy boyfriend that you are.
Yeah, the busy guy boyfriend that I am. Yeah. I'm just like I don't slow my speed, I guess. And
you went faster.
I went faster
downhill, huh? The fucking Flintstone.
And I just put all my weight on my left ankle, just all my weight. And it bent, and it completely just like curved.
Those are never good, by the way. I actually got up from a nap once and rolled my ankle, like a true piece of shit. Yeah. I got up and rolled my ankle because.
Were you a full-time guy and boyfriend while you were doing this stuff?
Yeah, I was a full-time like dude, and just fucking felt like shit afterwards. Like, what kind of idiot gets out of a nap on a couch and fucks his ankle up?
Everybody does.
I think so.
When you're not like fully planted on the ground, and it's like you anticipate there to be like a normal step.
Yeah.
But the thing was that like there's moats and shit like around my complex. You saw.
Yeah.
So it's like
alligators and whatnot.
Yeah, they're all traveling in through the alligators.
And keep all the fucking enemies out.
It's like I'm trying to do my laundry. Get back. But then it's just like I just stepped like the hill went up and curved back down.
That seems unnecessary to build a sidewalk like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it was on a hill. So it's like
instead of like flattening it out, I'm like, oh fuck it, just pave over.
Yeah, just paver all around.
It's like a Looney Tunes.
So I
road.
just like stepped to the left, and I was miserable. Like I was honest. I'll be honest. I was miserable for a lot of it.
Hurting an ankle for some reason makes me the grumpiest person in the world, because you realize like how you don't think of your ankle constantly. And how well you should probably take care of your ankles. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the fuck that even means.
But yeah,
but like,
you
know what I mean? Massage them.
Make sure that you don't get any like arrows shot straight through them.
Not even that, but like massage them, tell them you love them, kiss them, say goodnight.
Send them a goodbye story.
Yeah.
Keep it covered when you're going to bed.
Read your ankles.
Put some weights on them.
And I just thought to myself, like, in the middle of my ankle being hurt, like, oh, this sucks. This is dumb, and it's infuriating almost. I can imagine breaking an ankle. That would fucking...
Yeah, and it's not my first time with that injury on this leg, so it's just like I have to be careful. But on top of that, though, the reason why I was also miserable because the crutches they gave me was like a bit too high. So it's like me having to relearn how to use crutches.
Crutches were invented by an idiot, I think. Like a man who was like, if you just get 2 sticks, you can kind of throw your body weight at them. Like, no. This is so stupid.
It's ridiculous. Like I was like trying to like go to the gas station in the pain, and it was hurting. And
I had to use crutches once, and no joke, when I swung the good leg out, I could have sworn I fucked up the other ankle. And I thought to myself, oh great, look at me swinging on my broken foot. But in the meantime, had you seen anything worthwhile?
I thought we were gonna save that for later.
Oh no, I don't mean that one. I mean the other thing, the one about a house of light. Because I saw because we were having a conversation about horror stories. This is the week of Halloween. You know what it is, you grown ass kids out there listening to this when you should be in bed doing your homework and fucking not doing drugs. And
I thought you were just gonna end it at fucking. I was like, whoa.
And fucking. I don't know. Well, they did. I read a report that said STDs are at an all-time high. Because
don't scare me now.
I mean, you're fine. You're a boyfriend guy. And a guy boyfriend.
Boyfriend. Full-time guy and boyfriend.
I managed to finally watch Midsommar.
What'd you think?
I thought it was. I will equate it. I'll give it a 1-sentence review. Ready? Mm-hmm. It is the ultimate white girl dating simulator. If you've ever been non-white and dated a white girl and then gone over for like a holiday.
And you thought that would be Get Out. No, what Marco's saying is...
No, Get Out is the ultimate, I don't know, everyday simulator for me. The way I describe it when I dated a white girl once, and I learned my lesson.
Oh, shit. Hey, easy.
She had bad credit, which was a ruse. That didn't work. Which is what you find out when you in Midsummer when they go to this place.
Maybe she was just a bad person.
And everyone's like, "Oh, what do you guys do here for like taxes?" They're like, "Oh, we don't. We just like you find out
we get away with it.
White privilege. We just get a whole farm for free.
Just get away with it."
And so what ends up happening is it's like you never really get to the bottom of the thing. You end up going over for a holiday and you just meet a bunch of people, and then you end up realizing that like you're an enemy of the state. And then it was kind of like if you ever went to go visit a white family, you'd come over, and then like if they said like, "Hey, we're gonna celebrate Christmas, come on down," the obvious response would then be like you're thinking Christmas, traditional Christmas food shit, right? Or like traditional decorations or traditional whatever the fuck it is.
But the fact that you're describing it as traditional, that's the one that's.
But that's a surprise because you would think as a minority white people, it's this is their thing. The man in the red is white. He does all the good shit, right, for people. No. You go over and it's just like weird diagrams and shit everywhere, and then it would be like, "Oh, you want some Vonderklot?" And I'm like, "I don't know what this is. I need to get the fuck out of here." And then you realize it's just like intimidating as hell. So yeah, Midsommar was the ultimate white girl dating simulator, and it was terrifying. The movie wasn't terrifying though.
Did it put you back in that same place where you were when you?
Yeah, we got to hear about like I'm worried about my mom, and I'm over here crying and belching, and it's funny. I didn't feel like the girl was the protagonist in that movie. And I know that her sister kills her parents.
There's no urgency in there.
And like I get it. I think that was one thing too. Like the one white girl I dated, that was the same kind of situation where
Margaret just never did that ever again.
It was just her sister was also batshit fucking insane to the point where her sister spent time in a mental hospital.
Oh my.
When she was in middle school. So, yeah, it was just one of those things where it's like, I think that her boyfriend might be the hero of this story. And it's one of those tragic endings where, like, through his sacrifice, she finds freedom. Like, that's the way it felt for me. I didn't feel like...
So none of the community part aspect of it, you were just like, no.
What the fuck is the community? No, there's no community there. They fed each other mushroom tea and then gaslit each other to the point where, like, it reminded me, like, you know when a bunch of girls go to the club and then one, like, finds a dude and then, like, they just keep going, like, he's not good for you. It's like, then why were we all going to the club then? Well, what were we all doing? Flocking to go find a dude? Like, we're just going to go to dance? I can do that in my fucking hallway. I can do that while I'm doing dishes.
But do you, though? That's the point. Do you spend the time to dance while you're doing dishes?
But do you dance, though?
But do you dance?
The most important thing is...
you describe it as being the most trivial thing on the planet, that you could do it at the same time. But do you, though?
No.
Take the joy and do these things.
I've got shit to do.
No, it's time for news.
Yes, let's get to it. We got a show to get to, all right, everybody? So just hang on, hold on to your titties, and we're going to get to it right now. Yeah!
It's news.
News so nice,
we named it twice.
This is not a theme song to a sporting sector of the community.
Now, to start this off with, I want you to imagine, Marco, not just driving.
Imagine if you will.
Okay.
Okay.
You driving down the road.
Okay.
You've got a full family with you.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, it's dark, a little quiet, a little bit of fog.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, this deer comes right out in front of the headlights.
Okay.
And you just hit it.
Okay.
Now, in this situation, what would you do? Move it off to the side of the road and just go, happy trails, see you later, bye.
If I hit it,
yeah.
I would have to make sure my car still runs. If I hit a deer, because it'll fuck your shit up. But I would make sure everyone's all right, and I would keep it moving.
Well, apparently now, New California law says that now if you report an animal that you've just struck and killed, the state will grant you what they call an instant salvage permit on your phone.
Okay.
And you will have this thing will belong to you now.
The thing I hit.
Yes.
Belong to me how exactly?
It's yours to do with whatever you wish.
What?
Now it's
with whatever I wish is that's a gray area though.
It's now called the Roadkill Bill.
Okay.
The new Wildlife Traffic Safety Act was signed by Gavin Newsom. And now it's on the path to legally eating thousands of pounds of wild game, because that's what we're calling all these animals that we're hitting.
Wild game?
Yeah.
You weren't car hunting.
Wild game.
The most dangerous game.
Yeah.
Wild game.
Deer, elk, prolonged antelope, wild pigs. You hit them.
Miscellaneous. Homeless men.
And it's an app that's been developed by the state's Fish and Game Commission to report accidental collisions.
Okay. To do with whatever you wish.
Yes.
Means what?
Well, I mean, you could eat it. You could take it home and you can have that as meat.
But you can do whatever you wish to it.
Yes.
So my only concern would be if a man, sick enough you're going to eat roadkill, right? Sick enough you're going to eat roadkill.
Correct.
What about people who have an affinity for fucking dead animals?
It's theirs. They own it.
So,
but
if you take this roadkill to your backyard and your neighbors see you fucking this dead deer, and then he goes, "I'm gonna call the cops, you sick son of a bitch!"
Well, that's the thing is, it's like you would have to do it inside because there's still also the open.
Well, let's say there's like a mailman goes mail
sexual
here
activity in your backyard
for like Amazon. Well, it's my backyard. I mean, if you're looking over here,
sexual activity in the backyard is still kind of like it's in the open, but you know
that's weird. Oh,
I mean, imagine. Okay, let's say you only have like a fence, and the fence is pretty low.
Everybody
can see.
We're gonna get into a discussion about fucking in your backyard.
Yeah.
All right. Forget that part. All right. Let's just wipe that away from our memories. Let's say the Amazon guy is gonna deliver your box of dildos or whatever you're ordering because you're a freaky son of a bitch.
Because you keep that in the backyard.
Yeah. All right. Take him to the back. That's where I like to take him. So get it? That's a little. You'll get that later. Amazon guy comes up to your window, knocks on your window, looks in, see if anyone's home, you know, and then he sees you fucking a dead deer in your living room, in the privacy of your own home, and he freaks out. You hear him knock, you turn around, right? And then at that point, it becomes the idea that like, do you stop him and go, wait, I have a license from the federal government. I can do with
It's a
this
permit. It's a permit.
I have permission to fuck this dead deer.
Well, I mean, it's more about eating it. I'm pretty sure bestiality is still like a thing that's like, all right, enough of that.
But they haven't addressed don't fuck the animal, right?
Yeah. Just don't. What are you doing sticking your dick in animals?
I mean, why was that guy in
Well,
that movie fucking a pie?
I mean, shit. You fucking stick your dick on a skunk, it's gonna be smelly. That's gonna be on you.
Well, don't fucking eat the skunk. I don't expect you to eat that meat.
Well, it's still roadkill.
That's someone no one eats.
Yeah. Apparently, they're even saying that I was about to say feta.
Carmen doesn't like feet, by the way.
No. But apparently, PETA is actually endorsing this.
FETA, the organization for freaky ass foot fetish people
and animals.
Can I lick your hooves? Well, I'm dead, so you do whatever you want with me.
Yeah.
You got the government permission, baby. Oh my God
About
almighty.
the Free Willy, huh?
Free will, all those caboose.
But the fact that PETA is endorsing this because they're saying that roadkill is antibiotic-free, humane alternative to supermarket meat.
Okay.
And more than half of the United States now has some version of a salvage program. Now that California does it, if the animal is in fact alive still, like when you hit it, you are, unfortunately, you have to get the authorities involved and...
So this deer is like still alive, and it's like, what's everyone here for? Like, we're discussing if we're gonna kill you and eat you or fuck you or not.
I mean, it's a horror movie, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like. Oh, so the funny thing is though, this has kind of been in the works for like 2 years. Because then I found this. Here we go.
Forget farm fresh. How about ready-to-eat roadkill?
I wouldn't eat it.
California lawmakers make it illegal to eat animals you accidentally hit and kill on the roadway. It's a recipe for an unusual dinner time conversation.
But the thing that's interesting is that it's illegal for anyone except state agents to collect roadkill.
What if a man is dressed in a Halloween costume, because it's Halloween, let's think about that for a second, and you're dressed as a horse, and you're walking across the street, but you're also homeless, and you get hit, and you're struck and you're killed, and that man still thinks you're a horse. So he calls up on this app, hey, I just hit a horse. It's dead for sure. What can I do with it? Like, you can do whatever you want, and you take it home, and this man ends up eating this human being, right? Like, the layer joke here is like, if you hit a homeless person, like, are we on that route? Because like, there's some states that just legalize like human decomposition, which is also kind of odd.
Yeah, but they're saying that 2,000 deer get killed every year, like every
hunting
year.
Or on the road.
Drivers. California drivers.
So is it easier to get a hunting permit, or is it just easier to go run over an animal with your car and then go eat it?
I think it's easier to go do that part because in certain states, like they mentioned also like in Pennsylvania, before you turn over the meat, before you keep the meat, you actually have to turn it over to the authorities, and then the authorities have to at least keep the antlers because that's meant to stop poaching.
Okay. But
like, you know, like you can't just like hit the deer and then claim that part of like the whole, like, you know, the antlers, because people are going to go crazy and they're going to, you know, get in their,
they're going to poach pretty much, right?
They're going to get in their Hummers, and they're going to just run over some cows.
Can you hunt a bear that way?
I mean, would you want to fucking hunt a bear that way though?
I mean, you have better chance killing with a semi than a gun.
Yeah, but you could fucking get struck and killed yourself. And how are you going to get an F450 or whatever up there in the mountains where
do you
a bear...
upgrade like your Toyota Camry with like that fucking battering ram front that, like the cop cars have? Just get ready to start hitting animals.
I just imagine something with a lot of spikes in the front.
Yeah, like a Mad Max car.
We don't need another hero.
Just blare some Tina Turner and start driving through the forest.
It's the only other song that I know from the Mad Max soundtrack.
Yeah,
besides
that's it. That's the only. I mean,
anything
she was
from
on the
Fury
poster.
Road.
Yeah. I mean, Fury Road. I mean, you like hum the orchestration of Fury Road, or that wailing guitar guy. Have him on your car as you're driving. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Anyways, that's gross. What does it say? The state is on fire, and they're like, yeah. How about you just go ahead and eat that animal you ran over? But then again, would you eat a dog?
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. Or a cat?
No.
I mean, Chinese people do.
No,
but they don't run them over.
Well, ducks, geese, and whatever. No.
Yeah.
No, I mean, honestly, if I hit like a beautiful, majestic steer,
Yeah.
I'd think about it. You know, like.
Am I gonna fuck it? Sit there.
No, but I'd be like, yo, I could get some ground beef out of that for a little.
Some ground beef. What constitutes beef? Having it be a cow? Like,
a steer?
Oh, venison, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I could still ground it up. I could, like, if I hit a duck, I might be like, yo,
Well, I don't think there'd be anything left of the duck, though. Like, that's what I'm saying. There's a size of animal
what
you
if
have
I
to
hit a turkey, Marco, and I'm like, you know what?
What if you hit a turkey where the front and the back will run it over, and all you have is like toothpaste turkey? Just
then it's already been grounded up.
I just got to take the debris out of it.
I just got to get the glass and shit out of it.
That sounds like a fucking hassle. Why would the state always say that? Whatever, man.
All right, moving on. Speaking of roadkill, a 19-year-old boy in Missouri. Apparently, he's got some mutilation charges and a decapitation of a cat.
Oh.
Inside an Arby's bathroom for revenge of getting fired.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, Tanner.
Arby's, we have the meats.
Is that what it? Oh.
You're gonna play it again?
Arby's,
Yeah.
we have the meats.
Well, he does too.
I'm just kidding.
But this guy, his name is Tanner McGard, was charged with 1 count of animal abuse and 1 count of property damage in Jackson County. And apparently he's also been, an Arby's had to give a restraining order to stay 1,000 feet away from the location where this happened.
1,000
Like,
feet.
who in their right minds has to get like, you can't tell me to go to Arby's. You know what I mean?
My thing is, how do you get a cat into a restroom without someone noticing in a restaurant, and then have it be so, like, how quiet were you being cutting off the head of a cat? Like, how the fuck is that even?
But
what?
apparently this guy also, the reason why he was also fired, because he supposedly set fires in the restaurant. So
Oh
this
my
man
God! How the fuck did he get back in there, dude?
It's
It's like, shh. Shh. They're going to hear me. They're going to hear you in here. You better relax. I already set this place on fire once. If they hear you, I'm going to get fired. Oh, I already am fired.
But apparently what happened was that this guy Tanner, he went to Arby's, ordered some food, then went to the restroom, and then he came out and he asked if the manager if it had been remodeled, like, oh, like that'll get him to look at the bathroom, like.
Yeah.
And then the manager went.
I like
in
the
there.
paint job you guys did in the restroom over there. It'd be a shame if something happened in there.
He manager went to clean the bathroom, and after all the customers had left, he could hear Megard in the stall coughing and gagging. The manager left the bathroom and waited for Megard to leave so he could finish cleaning. And then the manager went back to the bathroom to finish cleaning, and he found a mutilated cat inside the stall. He was cut open, decapitated cat hanging on a changing table. The table, walls, toilet, floor, and of the stall were all covered in the animal's blood. The cat's head was also hanging propped up on top of the changing table.
Jesus Christ.
The manager left the bathroom through a window, saw Megard allegedly in his truck in the parking lot, possibly waiting to see a reaction. And then the manager ran out to get the license plate of the truck, and then he fled the scene.
He was like, hey, Wally, you want to check out the restroom, dude? I think, wasn't his name here earlier or something like that? And he's like, yeah, I don't know why, man. Like, could something be wrong? He's like, nah, man, just go check it out. Because didn't you just remodel in the restroom? He's like, looking around. Jesus Christ. It's just like, is that fur?
Oh my God, there's blood in the windows! Oh my God! The meats. But
We'll get Frank in here to mop it up. Jesus Christ.
But one of the officers said that there was no foul odor coming from the cat. And that
Well, that's good. That's nice.
It was still warm to the touch, saying that the cat had just recently been killed.
Oh, that's cool.
And all they did was just get a new changing station and toilet and repaint the damaged stall, and that was it.
I like how they were like, hey, this cat that's been sliced open, fucking head cut off, and like legs ripped off and thrown out all corners of the thing. No need to be scared, though. It's still hot. What?
That's what happened.
Did like the manager put his finger in and go?
No, but
that
the cops
okay.
that went to go check out the scene, they were like, "Yep, This is still warm to the touch.
Hey, it's still fresh.
Because that's their job. They need to know the time frame of when this cat was killed. It's still a murder.
And, you know, there's more answers to this cat murder thing than there are to why someone created horseradish sauce.
I mean,
Like, I want to combine the taste of
horse and radishes? Is that what you're getting at? It's like,
I want to get the two things I love the most: horse and radish. I want to smack them together. Oh my God Almighty!
The sauce tastes like it can run far.
Oh my God, dude! Oof. The cat was warm to the touch. Don't worry, it's okay. He died recently. I know. It wasn't like that 10 minutes ago, you idiot.
Mm-hmm. And then last but not least,
Oh my God.
if you screaming, "Oh my God!" then a huge fire at a cattle breeding facility in Australia has caused thousands of dollars of damage, and 100 cylinders of bull semen were destroyed.
Oof.
It took 10 fire crews more than 2 hours to fully extinguish the fire after it broke out. So,
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I don't know why. Oh my God.
So apparently it was just like, not only was there just fire, but it was flaming bull semen just everywhere.
Oh my God.
The liquid inside the cylinders were rapidly expanding, and essentially the lids of the cryogenic cylinders were just popping off the top, and projectiles were being thrown from the building.
Like boiling semen?
Yeah, it's boiling bull semen. So the firefighters went into defensive mode initially to protect themselves, because there were also LPG cylinders at the neighboring facility, and they did a magnificent job. Apparently, someone had also added that he had never had anything to do with the artificial insemination
It's like, hey,
side of things before his career.
does fire smell funny to you, man? Yeah, it smells like chlorinating old hot dog water.
Is that what semen's supposed to smell like?
I don't know. Smells like beef and asshole. Weird. That's so gross. So imagine standing there. Ugh, dude.
But I mean, hey, you know, the equipment was also lost in the fire on top of that. I mean, like, thousands upon thousands of dollars of
So
liquid gold was burnt.
liquid gold. So I found there's this audio clip that supposedly they suspect obviously possibly being arson, and they found this bit of audio on the security system, I think, right here. Let's see.
Will you motherfuckers please come in my fucking mouth? Oh. Damn. Can I taste your juice?
And then explosion happened.
But I mean, but they're still farmers, you know, like the farmers, and that's the thing that they would farm, and they lost it. They lost.
My dad has been farming for 52 years, and he's like, what's your dad farm? He's like,
bull semen.
Sick.
What a piece of filth!
I mean, farmers got to make money, dude. You know what I mean? They got to make money, and they got to do what they got to do.
I mean, they lost 100 cryogenic cylinders, and the actual cylinders are worth between $500 to $1,000. So they essentially lost like $100,000.
Damn, so they lost some money in that. Well,
yeah.
We all lose something sometimes, guys. You know, cats, dignity with roadkill, time we won't get back from dating a white woman. But we're gonna take a little break, and we're gonna come back with some cinematic cemetery for this spooky good episode, if you can't tell. And we'll catch you guys in a flippity flip. All right.
See you soon.
In a world where everyone and their mother has a podcast, we bring you another podcast! Join us as we work to create a judgment-free zone where we tackle subjects like life,
sleep,
work,
hardcore drugs,
and more in a
420
friendly environment. Join me, Silent Eric, and my partner in crime, the always hilarious
Jazzy J.
As we search for answers to questions no one asks.
Is this weed in season?
What's Tom Hardy's ethnicity?
Who let John Cena in the house?
We'll also attempt to answer some of life's more pressing questions.
Is this gluten-free?
Do I have to put on pants?
Man, fuck this shit.
Join us in a bi-weekly broadcast where we'll make it rain mediocre jokes and express very biased opinions here at the Jay and Silent Eric Strike Back Podcast. Boom!
Biatch!
That's right, we're back.
Yeah, we got some cinematic cemetery for y'all, where entertainment news goes to die. And this Halloween, it's all bad. I don't know.
It's like, this just in, shit's all terrible.
Shit sucks and get used to it.
All problem, all bad.
So what do we got here on the cinematic cemetery docket, Carwin?
With a little more than a year after it's finally been announced, Warner Media has finally introduced Snyder. I'm just kidding. Psych.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
No, actually, Warner Media finally unveiled the HBO Max price.
Yeah.
The launch date. The presentation was today over at the Burbank Studios lot, and they mentioned everything of what was coming for it. So far, so good. I mean, I'm actually kind of thinking about getting it now.
Yeah, it sounds interesting, especially because part of the announcement too.
Yes, and so HBO Max will officially be here May 2020. Costs $15 a month. It's the same price as HBO, but you get way more shit.
Or like the 4K version of Netflix, I think.
And HBO Max is going to have 10,000 hours of some programming. Friends, Big Bang Theory. They just closed South Park as an exclusive streaming.
And that's
rights.
every season, right?
It's the first 23 seasons, and
Yeah.
they get new episodes the day after they air on Comedy Central.
Damn.
They will also get original content. They will get movies like Joker.
Okay.
They're getting the Joker as soon as it launches.
Holy shit.
They mentioned that even though they're like $134 billion in debt and blah, 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 we're going to spend $85 billion to buy more assets.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, it'll cost about $4 billion over the next 3 years just to build out the HBO Max content library. But there will have about like 30 TV shows original in the first year. They're saying that they don't want to be the next Netflix, but they said that it's not about raw content. It's more about quality than
I get it.
quantity.
Like what you have is a selection of material to watch. I mean, eventually they're going to want to make original content specifically for the app, right?
They do. And that's the thing that they've also introduced. They've introduced I mean, shit, man. Like, if I go through the list, it's like they've got a Gremlins prequel animated series that's coming. They've got like a bunch of other shows.
Well, in this announcement too was what the CW stuff could be coming to it, correct?
CW stuff starting this year.
Okay, so then
Batwoman and everything else after that will be on the CW.
You've predicted this before, and this kind of slightly officially announces it in a way, in a backwards way. Does this mean that like the DC Universe app is going away at some point? Like it might just be comic books on there, and then whatever is left of Titans to finish. And we might end up getting series on that instead of the actual.
And they did introduce two new DC shows. One is a Green Lantern series,
helmed by Berlanti.
Yeah,
from the
Greg
CW.
Berlanti, yeah. So that's like.
So we'll see at the end of this season of CW stuff if Diggle gets his Green Lantern show.
Oh, it's not going to be Diggle. It's going to be somebody new. It's going to be in space.
Yeah,
it's going to be.
I'm telling you, when Jon Stewart Diggle ends up getting a show, they're creative. They're not that creative. You know what I mean?
I mean, who knows? Like, he might have more of a budget, and he's like, oh, I get the cast for this.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's also going to be doing
get Zoe Kravitz in here. Yeah, I realize we're kind of just breezing over those announcements because I don't want to talk about that. So we'll talk about this right now. Yeah, I mean, that sounds interesting. I actually kind of really like that. That sounds... Okay, streaming wars-wise. The person to beat in all this, oddly enough, even though it hasn't even really premiered the way it should have yet, is the Disney Plus app, right?
That is correct. But I mean, but this is the thing. This is how this is what WB is thinking, and I get it. If 50% of the marketplace is Disney, and that's thinking theatrically. All Disney can really do, besides like try to make new content, is just air everything that they've got in their library.
Own, yeah.
So it's like, well, that could also cause some people not to want to go to a theater anymore. Like, oh, it'll just be on the Disney Plus app. Why Why bother?
Yeah, that's
Wait.
true. Like, what if what if the Mandalorian is better than whatever shite?
The next 5 Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they already canceled the Game of Thrones writers' Star Wars trilogy.
Yeah, that's gone.
So that's gone.
Yeah.
Right? Rian Johnson's Star Wars trilogy may not even happen either.
Oh, no, that's that's been canceled since the second that one he worked on came out.
Yeah. So it's like there's that whole option too, and it's like, well, WB is like literally number 2 compared to them.
And I mean, in a weird way, it's like Netflix is the thing to beat, but they've been here so long, I think people forget that they should be competition. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this goes into another bit too, where we have conversations about what's in the Disney Vault, correct?
Yes. Okay. So, and then just to wrap that up, they also got like there's the Boondocks reboot. They're also getting Rick and Morty completely on HBO Max.
Oh.
So because it's like they
wait,
own,
the Boondocks reboot's going there too?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Like they're getting TNT, TBS. Conan's producing stand-up specials for it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like it's.
Do I smell like Conan produced Def Comedy Jam revival?
Hey man, I'm fine with that. I'll take my Def Comedy Jam hamburger. I'm just kidding. Anyways,
that became a catchphrase. Bill Bellamy. That's the only reason why we got him.
But I mean, they're even saying that like they're gonna get like Adult Swim content. The stuff so far from DC Universe that will be on there is Doom Patrol Season 2.
Okay, so what's coming out after this late part of the year?
Yeah,
and later. Okay.
Well, Doom Patrol is next year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, like whatever's happening right now, like this premiere season, which was like this month or after.
Like, I mean, because it's like even if you're, like they're getting BBC content exclusively to this country.
That's usually for like Pornhub and shit. That's crazy.
Well,
like the Office BBC.
British.
Oh.
British.
Oh, all right.
Big black cock. Scoff.
Wow, that's pretty daring. I thought.
How deep does the programming go?
I think
it goes deep, baby.
Taxi Cab Confessions too, or what? Real sex?
Like they've just owned Lexington Steel at this point.
It's the Lexington Steel Hour. Mm-hmm. It's all murder mysteries.
I mean, it's like he's got a big dick and he steals mysteries.
Neither one of them come into play together?
No. But, I mean, also leading into that, like the Fox Vault thing. And that's also pretty big, too, of Disney. Because Disney, you think Disney would flaunt what they've got, right?
Yeah.
Instead
like the BBC. Yeah.
Disney
British Broadcasting Company.
Disney has officially moved all the Fox movies into the Disney Vault.
Which means that all your X-Men movies aren't for sale anymore.
Well, it means that they won't be putting back into theaters for anniversaries.
Well, why would they?
Not just that, but I mean like the
Have you seen Apocalypse? No one wants that put back in theaters.
I meant like
Disney was like, "Will you turn this shit off or put it in the vault?" Next to the beheaded.
They're gonna be sitting in that plastic cage like Magneto. No, but it's like Home Alone, Die Hard, Alien, which had its final theatrical screening this year.
Yeah.
But the one thing, and it fucking leaves me angry about this.
Lethal Weapon.
That's no, not even there. Turns out the Rocky Horror Picture Show is still available for people to still distribute.
Oh, because that makes
theaters.
money all the time.
Yeah.
That's constantly getting
Because
screened.
if Disney's smart, because they know if they put that movie in the vault,
people will riot.
we're gonna have like Tim Curry cross-dressers out here stabbing Disney executives.
Yeah, everyone was worried about the Joker violence. Wait till you see that shit.
They'd be like, I'm a sweet transvestite from Transylvania, and then stabs. Just like executives getting car washed and just
that would have been bad news. But that's smart. I mean, it's like, you don't shelve the thing that continuously gets numbers every year at a consistent rate. So
yeah, but I mean, like the fact is that like think about Fight Club. You know what I mean? Like how many times did they put that shit out on DVD and Blu-ray?
Yeah,
and I mean VHS if you want to go back to the beginning.
Yeah, and at first they were kind of stingy with it. Like at first they put it out once.
Yeah.
It didn't come out on Blu-ray till maybe like a year and a half ago.
But
for
remember,
real.
there was the DVD, the 2-disc special edition.
Yeah, then in the last like year and a half, they've also ramped up like all these editions you can get.
15th anniversary.
Yeah.
And then, like, God help us if we hit the 20th and there's no Blu-ray.
You know what kind of sucks too is a couple of good Fincher flicks or Fox movies.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, Alien 3.
Yeah. Well, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo too, right?
Sony.
That's Sony.
Yeah,
okay.
like Fox was the last one. Yeah, Fight Club was the last one on Fox because it was so terrible for them. Anyways, but yeah, man. I mean, think about it. Like Die Hard.
Terrible for them. It's like a fucking.
But the process of getting it made for Fincher was like it turned him off the studio completely.
Yeah.
If Alien 3 wasn't the one where he learned his lesson, it was Fight Club.
I mean, but Fight Club. I mean, we got it. You know.
We did, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it kind of sucks to know that like that's what they're putting that stuff in the vault. But the thing is, it's like they're at least going to put like A Miracle on 34th Street, the Santa Claus movie.
That's fine.
That's Disney, and that'll be on the Disney Plus app.
Oh, I thought you meant they're gonna put that in the vault.
But no Home Alone, no Baby's Day Out. There it is.
Those blue snots all over.
This episode would make you.
That's a goddamn shame. I love Baby's Day Out, but it's all up here. It's in my mind.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna forget.
No more.
No one's gonna tell me that. You know.
If you don't have a VHS or a DVD of it, and it just has to exist in your memory.
I can just find YouTube clips of it. The parts that I really like. That's weird. That's an odd thing. But I mean, like, I get it.
They're even saying movies that have been made as recent as like the Simpsons movie are now in the vault, which I'm glad I bought.
Oh,
because imagine just knowing like, okay,
that's gonna be a bitch to find, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, how do you think this? I mean, you would hope and wish that Matt Groening had at least enough pull to like get himself into a position where after his like historical run on an animated show, he could like take The Simpsons anywhere. But then you find out the kind of deal he actually had to make was like, I'm beholden to Fox with this fucking thing. So, yeah.
But I mean, Fox also gave us Futurama, and this is also the thing I'm curious about too.
But
who
Futurama
owns?
Yeah,
Futurama?
who owns that? Is it Comedy Central now?
I mean, that would mean Paramount. Then.
Yeah, like who?
That's up in the air. Like Disney Plus got The Simpsons, but we don't know what
Futurama?
happens to Futurama.
I honestly wish Netflix had gotten fucking Futurama, to be honest.
Which I thought was going to happen with like newer episodes, but it turns out
Disenchantment coming and all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But well, he made those weird deals because Fox tried to screw him on Futurama, so he took it to Comedy Central and it got better. Thankfully, and then like it got so much better that like in Comedy Central fashion, just like the Chappelle Show, when they meddle too much, Matt Groening just said, "Fuck you, I'm gonna take it," and just turns it off like that. Yeah. Flip the switch. Like I did that homeless man in my car and I ate him.
Oh my.
I said it was a
But
deer.
did you go on the app first though? You got to report it in.
Oh yeah. I said I hit like a duck or something.
But you didn't put it through the app though. You're murder. That's murder.
No, I got the permit. It says you hit a duck. I'm like, yeah, I hit a duck. And he's like, all right, have at it. I hit this jive turkey.
Speaking of jive turkeys, have you seen Batwoman?
Yes, and it sucks. It's very, very bad. But
which is a shame. It's a shame.
It's a shame. It's a shame. Carmen, you had a theory where Batman might have been Batman for maybe about 3 years in this show and then quit.
Yeah.
Explain this to me, because I had the same feeling. So what we're getting at here is Batwoman. Okay, so here's what happened. Batwoman premiered.
Marco's like, I need to explain this right now.
And here's the deal. Because most people have not seen it. And we're living in a sad reality where it seems like CW is happy with this show only getting about 1 million viewers, which is not good, by the way.
Right.
It's not a good rating for any show.
Well, I mean, it's decent enough for their ratings
for their demographic.
Yeah, for one night. Like, because as we mentioned, demographics, 18 to 34 females is what drives CW.
And in one night, I think recently, just last week when it aired, it dropped about almost 300,000 viewers between a commercial break. So, needless to say, what it's also done is the ripple effect is since Batwoman has premiered, and the CW, let's instead of making good content and then thinking about like social commentary in these shows, let's start with the social commentary, then think about the content. What ends up happening is it's turned off a lot of viewers. Thus, it's actually made the viewer ratings for the associated shows plummet. Now, not Riverdale, not anything else, because the network is known. It's known for its DC shit now, ironically enough.
Yeah. Well, they have to keep it going.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I mean, women watch these shows and they're like, well, if we cancel everything, then we won't have, female viewers anymore. And it's like, that's what drives it. Because apparently we're the only two males that is watching the CW.
It feels like it when you watch it. Yeah, it really does feel like it. It feels like Arrow, there might be like one man holding, like, with like a cattle prod, like holding people back from him in a corner somewhere. Like, I'll take notes, but you're not going to write it for me. A part of this conversation was going to be the reality that, like, what do you think, Carwin, about how TV, I think Batwoman is the bigger example of it because it's the freshest one, but how it's affected the other pieces of content like Arrow, Flash, Supergirl.
Legends. And that's the thing, and it's weird. I just want quality programming.
Do you feel like social acceptance is becoming or justice? Yeah.
Inclusivity?
I want to say even inclusivity. I want to say like here's a term I kind of want to figure out here. It's got more meanings to it, but it's social appropriation. Mm-hmm. Like whatever is considered to be like that's how you're supposed to be is what these shows are doing, but not in a way where it's like evolving of the content or the thing you're trying to comment on. It's more like it's catering to a point where it almost makes you feel retarded. Does that make sense?
I wouldn't say retarded.
I would say retarded, not in the sense of like the mentally disabled. I would say it makes you feel like you're being set back, like retarded, from being able to move a show forward and propel a genre, because now you're just stuck in the formula of like, if it's Batgirl, why? And this is the other thing too that just also seems
Batwoman.
Yeah, sorry, Bat person. Contradictory to the idea of perpetuating this ideology that they're doing with these shows is, why does she have to fight a woman? So it's a fair fight or what? Like, are you telling me that this Batwoman...
Because you want to save the male villain for season 2.
Do I, though? In today's world?
Well, you're not the showrunner.
I would make the male villain...
You're not the showrunner here. You got to think about it like this. We have to take all of our expectations
and then lower them.
Divide them by 2.
Divide them by 3.
Yeah.
And I just kept thinking, watching all this stuff, because you had the same kind of issue with Supergirl. Supergirl at this point has devolved into a show where you said it's the L word that happens to have superheroes in it at this point.
Well, and that's the thing is, I don't mind if that's the idea, but I would want the story to not feel like I'm wasting my time.
Yeah.
Or the actor's time, because it's like when I see Jimmy Olsen in this, and
baking
it's like,
cookies.
Oh God, fuck them cookies.
And people were mad when he got shot actually doing his job in BVS, which is what's crazy to me.
Yeah. Like they gave him a whole episode. Instead of being a journalist, he gets to be like on the sidelines and he's talking about like, I made cookies for my fraternity. Nothing bad with doing that.
But fraternities don't make cookies when they're all men. I just want to give you a hint. That's why we coined the term rape culture.
Oh boy.
Unless to him baking cookies is putting buns in the oven.
No. It was more because it's like you actually watch him do that. Like you watch him like
do that?
Yeah.
Or make cookies.
Make cookies.
Oh, okay.
Cookies, pies, and cakes, and like. I'm being serious. Like it's like it was a subplot to a whole episode.
He's Jimmy Jemima at this point.
Yeah, and I just
it was a subplot.
Yeah, it was. Fuck, man, I couldn't even.
Yeah,
I was there.
It was like my 9/11. I watched this man fall.
Like, because I appreciated his arc to a certain extent.
Yeah.
And that was where the line was drawn. And I was like, you know what? Good.
The extent is here.
The extent was here, and then they replaced him with they're replacing him with his sister.
Okay, that's fair.
Who's gay, and she's like shacking up with Alex.
Okay.
And, she's all about love and heart and tenderness.
Okay.
And trusting.
All right.
But, like, she had an episode where there was another green Martian who was doubling as the woman here.
Okay.
And Alex couldn't tell it was
Sounds
her.
good.
And she realized that when she tried to touch her, it wasn't her. She was like, "Who are you?" And then it turned into an alien.
Okay.
And then it was a fight. And I was just kind of like, what is this?
All right.
And the plot was just killing me.
All righty.
And I'm glad that he's on Mortal Kombat now.
Playing Jax.
Jax.
Being able to star and say words.
Yes, and act and not bake. Nothing wrong with a little baking, but I'd like a little story with it.
Yeah.
Not that kind of story where you're talking about your time in a fraternity.
Where you all made cakes together.
I'm like looking around like I'm lost.
Am I the only one here? Am I in purgatory? Is this the lighthouse?
But I don't mind that it's a channel for women. That's fine. But it's like I would just hope that there's at least.
I get that, but I really wish you would have told the other viewers who kept the shows alive that like we're gonna subtly. We're gonna build a world and
like
make compelling characters that don't feel like they're catering.
Some got to slide in.
Where the
Others
money
got
goes.
like a big Band-Aid ripoff sometimes.
Yeah.
Like Arrow's getting replaced with the Green Arrow, which I think is a slap in the face calling it that.
I know.
Green Arrow and the Canaries.
Which
it's like,
but also I also kind of understand. Like it's the only show that was like, if we're gonna go there, we need to explain it.
But it's going there, and it takes place after the finale itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's Star City 2040, whatever.
Yeah.
We've seen that.
Yeah, we've seen it in 2 seasons.
Like we've seen, it's like Earth 2's Canary. So Katie Cassidy gets to come back.
Yeah.
Yay. And then it's Dinah, but these two are already old. So it's going to be 2040.
They should be like 60 years old.
They're going to be 60. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to see that makeup some more?
No.
Where
No,
they
'cause
just
it
have
doesn't
like
look
3
right.
wrinkles?
Yeah, they give him like one liver spot right here, but it's
Yeah.
just a beauty mark.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it, man. And then and they're announcing like, hey, we're gonna do like a Superman and Lois, which is just gonna be like a cuckery show where it's gonna be like a power dynamic of like he might have invincibility, but I can work that ass. You know what I mean? So I gave you the example, like instead of like BBS,
he's showering and she walks in and she just slaps him on the butt.
She rips off her flannel shirt.
It's like this.
She doesn't slap him. She smacks it, but holds it at the same time, and he starts bleeding from like where her fingernails are at.
He left with some she left with some ass in her hand from the bathroom.
She actually tore his flesh off.
Yeah, like she was that powerful. She tore off Superman's butthole. Just like,
his butthole.
Oh my god.
But like we say all this to also announce that we're gonna start doing commentaries.
That's right. It's what we're gonna be calling the Wonderful Wheel of DC.
Yeah. So we're gonna be doing CW show random commentaries. What we're gonna do is it's gonna start with the Crisis event, right? And then from there we're gonna make a wheel and we're gonna select what episode we watch randomly that week, and then we'll probably just try to figure out through all the shit content creation they've done where the hell all this stuff connects. And we'll do it in our best way possible. You know what I'm saying? What in the hot hell, Eric?
Woo! Looks like the ad already played. Joke's on everybody.
What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So we're going to come in. We're going to have this like wacky ass wheel. We're going to randomize the episode that we watch and comment on it for you guys. And we'll go from there.
Yeah.
So, Carwin.
Yes.
Do we have anything else?
I mean, honestly, if there's... I just don't know. I just don't know anymore. But we do have some shout-outs, though.
We do have some shout-outs. I want to give shout-outs to J360, Musafer J, and their Jay and Silent Eric Strike Back podcast. I want to shout out to Casey, all these people who've been holding us down, the Potosphere. We got a whole bunch of new follows even when we took a break. Oh, my God.
Marco.
Holy shitballs. You guys listening now? Good.
And where can you find more episodes like this, Marco?
At WAFLproductions.com, where you can find links to Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, Russian sites, Iranian sites, where they just killed that ISIS guy. Baghdad. Is that in Iran? I don't know. I got it.
You can also find more episodes
Hong
like
Kong.
this.
You can see the waffle flags flying in Hong Kong. Is that shit still going on, too, in Hong Kong?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Man.
iTunes, SoundCloud, the Google Play Store. We're now on Spotify.
Wherever your mama hangs out. Also, if you see me in a Walmart parking lot saying, hey, man, you want to check out my podcast? Don't look at me fucking sideways. I put them on a CD. You got that right. I didn't do that. And thank you to all on Instagram, Twitter, and
Facebook.
Facebook. Remember, Dick's Picks, DIXPIX.com. If you're an actor, go get your headshots. If you're not an actor, Dick's Picks are there for the little guy.
And once again, I'm Carwin Walker.
And I'm Marco Flores Jr.
And this has been the WAFLcast.
We'll see you guys next week. We're back, bitches.
Good
Bye.
night. Ah!
Dance. Hey, got candy in my ears tonight, baby.